going on, people? It's me, Verducci, here on the Groupalings Channel, and this video is something different. This is the first episode of Super Mario Theories. I hope you guys do enjoy this series, as a matter of fact, and let's hop right into this episode. This theory has to do with the beginning of the newest game in the Mario franchise, Super Mario Odyssey. And before I get into the theory itself, if any of you haven't played the game and don't want any spoilers, I advise that you close out of this video now and watch some of the other amazing videos on this channel. Okay, so as I was saying, this theory has to do with the beginning cutscene of Super Mario Odyssey. Alright, check this out. Did you see that? Mario gets knocked clean off of Bowser's airship by Bowser's hat. And as I show you now, Mario ends up in the first kingdom in the game, the Cap Kingdom. And if you would like to see a video about the Cap Kingdom, check out my Cap Kingdom review on my channel. Alright, so you see how Mario lands in the kingdom, but only a little shooken up. Oh yeah, completely normal. But how did he survive that? And before any of you say, that's just a Mario game, don't overlook it. But you never know, Nintendo could be realistic at points, and heck, this is the most realistic Mario game yet. So this leads me to my point of how he couldn't have taken that fall without getting injured in some way or even killed. But what I'm thinking is that he never landed in the Cap Kingdom. I believe Mario still landed somewhere in the Mushroom Kingdom. Some Toad or someone was sent out to find him. And when they found him, no, he wasn't dead. He was in a coma. He was knocked out pretty bad, presumably by that fall, and take notes, not in a single one of these kingdoms does he ever take fall damage, and he can only get hurt by his enemies and such. And heck, he doesn't even have lives. Anytime he dies, he just comes back. There isn't any game over or anything. He just comes back. And if any of you are thinking what I'm thinking, good. Because you are most likely correct, because what I'm thinking is that all these kingdoms that he visits throughout the game are just a part of his imagination. While he is in the coma, because yes, in a coma people don't react with other people, they obviously can't hear them, and you may have irregular breathing patterns and your eyes are obviously closed. And yes, you can dream, depending on the condition of your coma. So as you can see, I was a good boy and I did my research. Okay, so getting on with the video. So if you noticed, as I did, some of the kingdoms in this game can be a little strange at some points, and the new bunny villains that just show up out of nowhere are a little weird. Maybe all of these kingdoms, new villains, and different things you can become are all part of his dream/mind state in this coma. And now a word from your sponsor. If you haven't already, go check out Try's new merch shop in the description below. Now back to your regularly scheduled program. So, after you beat the main story, you see Mario laying on a hill in the Mushroom Kingdom. And I believe that after you beat the main game story, that this is the moments leading up to Mario's recovery, because he is starting to remember the Mushroom Kingdom, but he still remembers the other kingdoms as they are actually real, and if he wasn't in his coma anymore, he wouldn't still have Cappy, and you wouldn't still have the Odyssey or any of the fellow residents of the other kingdoms. And if it is a bit strange to you guys how the layout of the Mushroom Kingdom is different than in 64, but the concepts are the exact same, it has all the ways to go back through the paintings, it has the Yoshi on top of the roof, and this leads me to think that Mario's slowly coming out of his coma and remembering things about his past. Maybe he doesn't remember certain names and things, such as, like, the bunnies. He could be confusing the bunnies with the Groupalings, and I believe, as I stated, this is due to Mario not completely remembering everything, due to him still being in the coma. Okay, so maybe Mario is using those costumes as a way to remember people. Maybe he's playing the characters of his life. Such as the Luigi costume, he's remembering Luigi that way. The Peach gown costume, remembering Peach. Bowser suit, remembering Bowser. Maybe the Wario and Waluigi costumes as well, most likely. And then Pauline's there as well, he's remembering Pauline. And maybe, as I said earlier on in this theory, they probably sent a Toad or someone to save him. Maybe the reason Captain Toad's in every single kingdom that he goes to is because Captain Toad is the one who saved Mario after he got flung off the ship. Think about that, guys. You guys may think that this sounds stupid, but the game did end, like, the last kingdom was on the moon. And it it's strange because, like, yeah, we've seen it before in Galaxy, like, we've been on the moon before, but it's still, like, it makes sense because Mario, he's remembering his times in Galaxy, but he can't remember, exactly the kingdom. And as you saw in the dark side, there's a hidden Rosalina behind one of the little food pile things. So I think that's paying a little homage to, like, Rosalina and how Mario's, like, again, how I said he's recovering from his coma and remembering things, like, such as the currency in the Moon Kingdom. It's like the little star bits from Galaxy, and they have, like, he remembers the Toad spaceship as well because it's in a bunch of kingdoms. It's in the Mushroom Kingdom, it's in the Lost Kingdom, and on the Moon Kingdom. I believe that's all, but correct me if I'm wrong. And, like, he's remembering, like, prehistoric times, even with the Cascade Kingdom. Like, I don't understand where that's coming from, like, him remembering his past. Like, it's just freaky to me because Mario is remembering all of this stuff, maybe even stuff he's never even been through. Maybe just certain things that just happened in, like, history or something. Like I was saying, the dinosaur, and it also relating to Cascade. He remembers the Chain Chomps because they're in, like, quite a few. He remembers the basics, like Koopas, barely though, because they aren't enemies in the game. They're just, like, they're racers, but Goombas are as well enemies. So maybe that supports my point a little better. How Mario only remembers certain things. He was remembering other enemies, such as, like, dry bones, but vaguely, because they're para-dry bones, or whatever you want to call them. And he was remembering the little football guy players from way back in his past, the Charging Chucks. Maybe Mario's collecting the moons, and he's remembering them as, like, certain things, such as the stars and the shine sprites. So, guys, that basically wraps up this theory. If you guys, felt that this had a bit of an abrupt end, my apologies. I'm not the best at this yet, but you shall see me improve through this whole process. And I hope you guys did enjoy this video. And if you did, smash the like button and go check out all the other amazing content on this channel. Peace out, guys. Bye.